Welcome to 365 Language Planet. This is 外国語で楽しもう Episode 20. In this show, we use my original textbook to learn and use languages with joy. By doing light input, 軽いインプットand fun output. 楽しいアウトプット。さあ、始めましょう。Let's begin. I'll roll a dice to select a page and then a dice to select a sentence. Let's roll. 2. So we'll look at page 2 of volume 3. Which has sentences 9 to 16. Now, let's roll a dice to select a sentence. 5. So we'll do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sentence 13, which is 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか？今この文の外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。Alright. 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language?この文の外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ I think I'm gonna try to use Italian for this sentence. イタリア語を使ってみます。あなたたちはWhat kind of language do you want to use to try to say 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか？All right, Takesh, thanks for joining tonight's show. Takesh says, what do you like to do when it's hot? Fantastic. K Workshop, thank you for joining tonight's show. K Workshop says, what do you like to do when it's hot? Great. Yeah, I think this is a great question. Because it's quite hot recently. Okay. So in Italian, I would say Cosa ti piace fare quando fa caldo? All right. Cosa ti piace fare quando fa caldo? How about you? How would you say, 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか？ If you're just joining tonight's show, please feel free to share your answers in the chat. The first question of tonight's show is 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? This is a great question to use when, toki, 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If you're still typing, you can always continue and you can share how you think you would say this sentence in a foreign language anytime. And now, says, what do you like to do when it's hot? Fantastic. And thank you, YO, for joining tonight's show. Let's move on. 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。暑い時は何をするのが好きですか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? 私はイタリア語を使ってみます。I'm gonna try to use Italian. Oh, we got some quick answers. K Workshop says, I like to wear a wet shirt and stand in front of a fan when it's extremely hot. Sounds good. And Takesh says, I love eating ice cream when it's hot. How about you? Fantastic. Great. All right, for me, I would say, quando fa caldo, mi piace molto mangiare il gelato e stare a casa. E a te? Okay, so I wrote the same thing as Takesh. When it's hot, I really like eating ice cream and staying at home. How about you? I just add staying at home. But yeah, great. Okay, so 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? Mamma mia! Nice. Mamma mia! How would you answer this question in a foreign language? Okay. 暑い時は何をするのが好きですか? Weil says, I like to relax in the cool room. Sounds nice. A hybrid says, when it's hot, I like to walk around in the pool. Sounds nice. I would say if I was going to give my answer in Japanese, one more thing I like to do when it's hot. 暑い時はチューハイを飲むのが好きです。あなたは? That's one more thing I like to do. Okay, great job. If you're still typing or speaking, you can share your answers anytime during the show. Okay, now we're going to move on to fun output. 楽しいアウトプット。今、あなたにとって役立ち、難しすぎない、興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう。Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります。Alright, so you can create and share sentences with any language that you like to do. Okay, K Workshop says, what do you like to do when you're tired? Great question. If possible, my number one favorite thing to do when I'm tired is lay down in my bed. And, either just rest or take a nap. How about you, K Workshop? Alright, Takesh says, what do you do to relieve stress? Nice question. What do I do to relieve stress? It's a tough question. Great question. Ótima domanda. How about you, Takesh? Alright, K Workshop says, I like to take a bath. Sounds great. Yeah, I think, it's tough. Like when you have stress, it's very difficult. Like for me, it's very difficult to make a good decision when I have too much stress. So what I try to do is I try to keep my stress low. I try to keep my stress low so it doesn't get too high. Because when my stress is high, I often start checking my phone. Sometimes drinking at night, watching videos. So it's tough. It's tough when you have high stress. It's tough for me to make a good decision. So I try to before I have high stress, take a rest. Drink coffee. Okay, so now it's fun output. 楽しいアウトプット. Please feel free to share any sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you in the chat. Vuoi fare qualcosa stasera? One of my favorite questions. Vuoi fare qualcosa stasera? Do you want to do anything tonight? Or do you want to do something tonight? I don't know. I had football practice today, American football practice, and so my body is a little bit sore from practice. So usually I'd like to go to the gym, but I don't know about tonight. All right, Takesh says, I listen to my favorite music or do some physical activity to release stress. Sounds nice. Good. Music is fantastic. Music and physical activity, both very healthy. All right, Takanona, thank you for joining tonight's show. Takanona says, what do you like to do when you're on the train? Great question. I like to rest. Recently, I love to rest. And sometimes, talk, if it's a good situation, maybe talk to someone. How about you, Takanona? I know we don't have much time, but you can let me know anytime. Okay, well, let's move on. I'll roll a dice to select a page and then a dice to select a new sentence. So let's roll. 3. So we'll use page 3, which has sentences 17 to 24. Now I'll roll one more time. 1. Okay, so that's going to be sentence 17, which is 今年七夕祭りに行きましたか? Now, in Japan, I think this is a good question, but, if you're talking to people around the world, I recommend changing the question. So instead of this one, let's try this new question, which is 今年は何かお祭りに行きましたか? So I think this is a little bit more, like, could be any festival. A little hint. That's a hint. Okay, so この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。今年は何かお祭りに行きましたか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? All right, Takanona says, did you go to any festivals this year? Fantastic. Okay, workshop, have you gone? It's a good question, but you just need 2. Have you gone to any festivals this year? Very nice. Takesh, did you go to any festivals this year? Nice. Okay, so in English, you can use both. You can say, did you go to any festivals this year? Or have you gone to any festivals this year? And it's like they are both okay. When you talk about like this year, you can use either did you or have you. So it's a little, the reason why, usually, and if you talk about a specific time like this year, usually people say did you, like talking about last year. If it was like last year, you would definitely use did you. But if it's not finished, like this year is not finished, so you can use have you. Have you gone to any festivals this year? So yeah, they're both okay. But just because, it's not finished, like this year's not finished yet, have you is okay to use too. Have you or did you? All right. In German, Deutsch go. Warst du dieses Jahr auf einem Festival? All right. That's how I would say this one. Warst du dieses Jahr auf einem Festival? So it's a little, it's German is quite different than English because they use the be verb. So like, it's kind of like, were you at a festival this year? But it means the same. I guess it means the same. Okay, so If you're still typing, please continue and you can share your answer anytime. But let's move on. 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。今年は何かお祭りに行きましたか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? As you can, okay, Workshop says, no, I didn't go to any festivals this year so far. How about you? Great. In my case, I would say, ja, ich war beim Tanabata-Fest in Maebashi. All right, Takeshi says, no, I haven't been to any festivals this year yet. How about you? Yeah, there's a big festival coming up next week in Takasaki. All right. All right, so I wrote, ja, ich war beim Tanabata-Fest in Maebashi. So, yes, I went to the Tanabata Festival in Maebashi. Und du? How about you? Of course, what was I say? I went to some community festivals as well, especially the summer. We had a summer festival in my community. But I did not go to the Maebashi Fireworks Festival. I haven't gone to any fireworks festivals this year, but next week I'm gonna go to my friend's home in Takasaki and celebrate. All right, A Hybrid says, unfortunately, I haven't been to any festivals this year, right? This year. Okay, great job. Nice answers, everyone. Let's move on to fun output, 楽しいアウトプット。今、あなたにとって役立ち難しすぎない興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう。Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります。All right. So you can create and share sentences in any language you want that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. So let's do it. All right. Takeshi says, did you go anywhere during this holiday? Great question. Yes, I went to Utsunomiya last Wednesday. Just one night trip. And I was very tired, so I didn't buy any souvenirs. But it was just a one night trip to Utsunomiya, but I had a really good time, but it was quite rainy, so I was tired. How about you, Takesh? All right. Okay, Workshop says, have you gone to the Takashimaya Beer Garden this summer? Great question. Well, I think I've gone to the Takashimaya Beer Garden twice this summer, and I'm really looking forward to going at least one more time with some of you guys, or maybe all of you guys, I hope. So I'm really, really excited. How about you? Okay, Workshop. I know you've gone once, but so I would almost ask you, like, how many times? How many times have you gone to the Takashimaya Beer Garden this summer? Great question. All right. Okay, I have a question. Was trinkst du im Sommer gerne? Was trinkst du im Sommer gerne? What do you like to drink in summer? Ich trinke in letzter Zeit sehr gern Chuhai. Okay, K-Workshop says, yes, I went there once this summer. It was on July 4th. Right. Yes, me too. It was a very fun, very happy night. Okay, I wrote, ich trinke in letzter Zeit sehr gern Chuhai. Und du? I very much like to drink Chuhai recently. How about you? Of course, and I love to drink beer too, but recently I like to drink Chuhai. So this Obong holiday, I drank a lot of Chuhai. Okay, all right. Well, if you're still typing, please continue, and you can share your answers in the chat anytime. All right, Takesh says, I just went to Takasaki to buy some art supplies. Other than that, I visited my family's grave. That's all. All right, sounds like a relaxing and productive holiday. Good to hear. Okay, well, let's move on to the last light input. So I'll roll a dice to select a page and then a dice to select a sentence one more time. Let's roll. 2 again. Okay, so we'll do sentence, this page 2 one more time. Okay, 4. So we're going to do sentence 9, 10, 11, 12. Sentence 12, which is kind of an easy one. ニュースをチェックするのは好きですか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。All right. So, one thing I don't like about Japanese is news. In English, this word is spelled with an S, but it's pronounced like with a Z. So it's very strange for me. News. should be news. Anyways, okay. Takesh says, do you like checking the news? Fantastic. It took me a really long time to, learn how to say news をチェックするのは好きですか? Okay, how would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? It's interesting, because in this one you're using katakana, チェック. So it's very similar to English. But other countries, other languages use different vocabularies. They don't all use check. All right, so I'm gonna try to use Spanish. スペイン語を使ってみます。¿Te gusta consultar las noticias? Okay, Spanish. ¿Te gusta consultar las noticias? Noticias. Okay, so anyway, so this is a good example about, languages being quite different than English. All right, Lyle says, do you like checking the news? Fantastic. So in Spanish, they don't use check or checking. They consultar. Well, who knows? Maybe some places they might use check, but consultar, and then instead of, news in English, news, they say las noticias. Las noticias. As far as I know. Okay. All right. Well, if you're still typing, please continue, and you can share your answer to this, for how to say this question in the chat anytime. Okay, let's move on. 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。ニュースをチェックするのは好きですか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? Okay, Takeshi says, yes, I like to know what is happening in the world. Great. I would say for me, maybe, in the past, I'd like to know what was happening in the world too, but I don't know. Maybe I watched too much news. So it changed. Okay. All right, K Workshop says, no, I'm not interested in Putin and Trump. They are not my cup of tea. Fantastic. Very nice. Okay. So in my case, I'm all right. Es extraño. No me gusta consultar las noticias, pero a menudo lo hago. Okay, es extraño. No me gusta consultar las noticias, pero a menudo lo hago. So it's strange. I don't like checking the news, but I often do it. It's crazy. I don't know, maybe I have an addiction to checking the news because sometimes I tell myself I don't want to check the news, but I check the news. It's crazy. And someone said, why do you not want to check the news? I would say because it gives me stress. I have more stress when I check the news, and so I don't need more stress in my life. So I prefer not to check the news, but I do a lot because I'm crazy. Okay, all right. Anyways, if you're still typing, please continue, and you can share your answer in the chat or in the comments anytime. All right, so let's move on to the last fun output, 最後の楽しいアウトプット for tonight. 今、あなたにとって役立ちに難しすぎない興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう. Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります. Right. Okay, so あなたにとって役立ち難しすぎない興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう. Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. All right, anything's okay, as always. Okay, one of my favorite questions is, ¿Hiciste algo divertido hoy? ¿Hiciste algo divertido hoy? Did you do anything fun today? All right. So Takesh says, what news have you been interested in recently? Great question. Well, I'm not. I'm interested in it, but I'm not happy about it at all. And that is the conflict in the Middle East between mostly the U.S. and Iran. And so I often check the news just to see if there's any positive updates on the situation, like an end to fighting, and open to the, I think it's called the, that Strait, the Strait by Iran. So I often check the news, just hoping to see something positive. Okay, Takesh, how about you? What news have you been interested in recently? All right. My question was, did you do anything fun today? So, forgot how to say play. Juegue? I played. Maybe. Oh, practice. So I think in Spanish, instead of using play, they use practice for like doing a sport. I think. I remember. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to use practiced. I practiced. Practiqué football americano hoy. ¿Y tú? Okay, so this is the fun thing I did today. Practiqué football americano hoy. ¿Y tú? I practiced American football today. And you? That's why maybe my face is pretty red, because I was outside a long time this morning. And I practiced American football, and I kind of got sunburned. Okay, well, if you're still typing, please continue, and I would love to see your fun output sentences in the comments or in the chat before we finish. But that is the end of 外国語で楽しもう episode 20. Thank you guys so much for studying together tonight. Hope you all have a great week. And as always, I will see you next Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Okay, till next time. Adios, amigos. Ciao. Bis später. Bye.